Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. We are unmuted. Episode 2. Come on in the room. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me. Shoot me a comment. Let me know that you can hear me okay. I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. We have an awesome show today. And I'm looking forward to you guys seeing who our guest is. If you can hear me, please shoot me a comment. Shoot me a like. Let me know that you are with me. Good morning. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. This is so exciting. Today we have an awesome show that's going to be for the betterment of the community. We have a great show today, guys. Unmuted. We are muted. If you can hear me, put in the chat, I am unmuted. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Paterson, New Jersey. Stand up. Let's stand up for ourselves. Let's stand up for our neighborhoods. Let's stand up for our community. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am so excited to have you all here. I am your host, Kimmeshia Rogers-Jones, and I want to say you guys have officially been unmuted. Thank you so much for the outpouring of love. Thank you so much for the outpouring of support that you guys have been showing me and showing our community and showing this platform. Unmuted. Unmuted is a nonpartisan platform built for the community with the community's needs in mind. Here we are here to get the answers that our community needs in order for us to thrive. And so I am so excited to be here today. Guys, if you hear me in the comments, fine. Just say in the comments, I am unmuted. I'm so excited that you guys came back and are here today to join me. Today we have a very special guest that I'm very excited to bring forward. As I have stated before, this platform is about us. It's about us waking up, and it's about us speaking out. And again, for those of you who may not know me, I'm Kimmeshia Rogers-Jones, and I am your host for Unmuted, Paterson, New Jersey. Let's stand up. This platform is for you and about you. As you can hear, I'm a little hoarse. I literally just got out of church. However, I am committed to the mission to empower my community. So it don't matter what I'm doing. I'm coming here on Sundays to get you guys the information and to inform you of who to call, where to call, and how to get the answers. So I'm so excited. Today, we're going to have a special guest on. I want to remind us we're moving past just the flyers. We're moving past our friendships. We are here for facts. We are here to educate, empower, and advocate for our community. I am so excited. Last week, you guys joined me for the first episode in the launching of Unmuted, and today is our episode 2. For those of you, just to give you an idea, we will meet bi-weekly. We met last week and this week, last week specifically, because I wanted us to get all the information about the candidates for the upcoming election. But starting for April, we'll meet the first and the third Sunday of every month. One Sunday we'll have a guest, and one Sunday we will get into details about what's happening, whether it be politics, whether it be school board, just so we can stay informed. Please like, share, and follow for all updates. Tonight, I'm so excited because we will be having one of our heads of the departments here in Paterson, New Jersey. I know our community have had many questions, many concerns about the state of our city in regards to its cleanliness and, potholes, all of these different things as it pertains to our quality of life. And so tonight I have a very special guest here with me today. I have the director of DPW. Guys, give me a thumbs up. We got the director of DPW, William Billy Rodriguez, here in the room. He has agreed to go unmuted. He will be answering questions for us in regards to DPW. Billy is going to tell us clearly what his role is. A lot of us, we have an idea of what DPW does. We have an idea of who we should call. We call this one, we call that one. But today, Billy is going to cut all of that middleman, and give you the answers and the directions that you need. And we're going to ask him a few questions. But before we get into the questions, I'm going to give Billy the floor to introduce himself. And Billy, introduce yourself to the community for those who don't know you, and let them know a little bit about what your role is. And then we'll get right into it. Go ahead, Billy. You got the floor.
Thank you, Kimmeshia. I appreciate you having me tonight. I'm glad I'm the first guest on Unmuted. It's a privilege and an honor. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am the director of Public Works. I've been director since July 1st, 2018. I've been with the city over a little over 29 years. Department of Public Works covers 9 divisions: streets and roads, recycling, parks, shade tree, recreation, recycling, my administration, my garage, but anything that's on the roads, that's on, usually on the roads, does fall into the realm of Department of Public Works.
Thank you, Billy. I don't think I even realized all of the different things that fall under your jurisdiction. And I know, I think when I think about DPW, I think like most people, I'm probably just thinking about trash, recycling, and that's it.
No, with DPW, we definitely recreation is one of our divisions. Even though we got Benji over there, Benji handles it very well. But that is a division under the Public Works. Recycling is a division under Public Works. Our traffic maintenance, our sewer maintenance, they all fall under the Department of Public Works.
Okay, so guys, we're going to get right into the questions. I have questions for Billy tonight, and then I want you guys, we're going to allow Billy to answer those questions for me, but then we're going to go into a part 2, and we're going to have Billy answer some of your questions. So get your questions ready so that you guys can ask Billy the questions that you may want answered, the who's, the what, and the where when it comes to DPW. And so Billy, I want to get into direct access, right? Because I would like to clear up some idea. Sometimes the community thinks, that they should call maybe the mayor, they should call councils at large, for people to really get the answers that they need to their DPW, whether it's about a pothole, trash pickup, or things like that. Who should they call and how should they go about it? Because I think a lot of people think that their only access to you is let me call, the councilwoman, let me call the councilman, and everybody doesn't have that access, right? And so for the community really to understand how the government works and how this department works, who is the best person that they should call? Where should they be calling? Is it the app? Is it an 800 number for them to truly get their needs heard and rectified?
The 2 best ways to get something done from DPW would be to directly call our office 973-321-1488, and you could be directed into any division that needs your help or your attention. The other one is the Paterson Plus app. That's another way we monitor that 24/7. We have a daily meetings on that. We try to address those issues as soon as possible. But those are the 2 best ways to get jobs done, to get it on our radar. I know a lot of people call the council and the mayor, and we probably already have it in our queue to do it. And then it's just an abundance of the same job coming. And then we're not putting attention where other stuff is needed.
Okay. And I thank you for sharing that. And everyone, I'm gonna share the numbers. Now, a lot of people have had issues with the Paterson Plus app, maybe navigating and not sure what they should be doing with the Paterson Plus app. Can you give them like a little idea of what should they be putting on the Paterson Plus app, or should it be everything?
You should anything that's not an emergency. Anything that's not, if it's an emergency, definitely call 911. But if it's not an emergency, every department in the city has access to that. Everybody has every division has a supervisor or office personnel that's directly dealing with the Paterson Plus app. And they're monitoring it, 5 days a week when they get in. I can see it on, certain supervisors can see it 24/7. And we always know what's coming up on the app. If we have to move it, if it's not pertaining to DPW, but somebody assigned it to DPW, some people just don't know. We'll assign it. We'll check it that it's done. But on the done part, it's moved over to another department, say community improvement or police or some fire or something like that.
Okay. So anything that's not an emergency, we should be using the Paterson Plus app for. Now,
Yes.
when residents submit Paterson Plus app or call the 321 number for an issue,
Hmm.
whether it's trash pickup, whether it's, something that's not an emergency, but that can be rectified strictly by your department. It doesn't have to possibly go to a higher level. What's that process like? Like when someone says a request, what does the process look like on your end? Can residents track how long it's going to take or where it is in the queue? Like, what does that look like from the making a call to you guys receiving it to it being rectified so that the community is happy with whatever, their need was, whether it be trash pickup or anything like that?
The best way to track it is through the Paterson Plus app because there's always updates on there, on daily, weekly, monthly updates on there. With us, you call our office, whatever the job is there's an email sent to the head supervisor of that division, and then they'll give it out to their subordinates as need be.
Okay. One of the, even though I do have a segment for questions and answers, but Carla
Yeah.
T did ask, like, is there a time limit on the request? Like, is there a 24-hour turnaround time, or is trash easier to do than maybe a bulk, a dumping or something like that? Like, what is there a time limit that people should be thinking about before they do another request or an update to the request?
That's personal preference. If they feel like they're not getting it within 20, we would like to turn around within 48 hours. Any call that we get, the the hour is 48 hours. That's what we would like to
Okay.
do in a perfect world. But
Okay.
sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes there's ordinance that we have to follow, so that we can't do it in 48 hours.
Okay. This might be a tough question, or I think this is a tough question, but I think it's a good question because I want to ask about
Mhm.
share ownership. Now that we know what your department covers, what you guys do, who to call, the expected time, your goal is always 48 hours. Um,
Mhm.
when it comes to ownership, right? When it comes to our city, and you better than anyone knows the state of our city as it pertains to cleanliness, street maintenance, and all of those things, the dumping.
Mhm.
When you look at the state of our city, how can the city and the residents work together for better? Right. And so what would you suggest?
Mhm.
What would you like to see happen more? Is this a shared ownership? Is it outsiders that's keeping our streets, untidy? Like what can we do as a community working with you to see things improve and on that side for
What?
us?
Mhm. Well, it all starts with us individuals, each of us. If you're not
Mhm.
keeping your personal property clean, that goes out to homeowners, to businesses, commercial properties. You have to keep your own property clean. If
Mhm.
you're not keeping your own property clean, then it becomes a municipal problem when it goes into the streets, and then we have to clean up and stuff like that.
Mhm.
As far as dumping goes, what we found in the the uh, the last dumpers that we've caught last year, about 90% of them are Pattersonians. That ain't even the outsiders. The
Wow.
Pattersonians that are dumping on their own city. And we would love to get those numbers out there with names and stuff like that. But maybe that's coming. That's not my part of the job.
Mhm.
But we're just finding them and stuff for getting them in court. But yeah, but that's what we're finding. We're finding that a lot of people are dumping on their own city, and
Mhm.
it's a shame. It ain't like it
Yeah.
ain't used to be like that. People used to take pride. We need to take pride in our town. Still a
Yeah.
great town, still a great city. It's beautiful. We just got to take more ownership of our own stuff.
One of the questions here, Justin asks, are there SLAs for the city to get certain things done, like a specific amount of time for jobs? I know you said 48 hours is what you guys
Hmm.
push for, but does something else take precedent where you have to, look to that first? Or is it the 48 hours for everyone, for every issue?
Well, once we're once we've been notified of a situation, let's say a pothole. Let's talk potholes. Once we're notified about a pothole, uh, legally, I think it's 48 hours to rectify the pothole, fill it in, do what we got to do to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
That's for potholes.
Okay.
If a home, let's say if a home is dirty in front of the sidewalk, we have
Mm-hmm.
to send them a notice that their property is dirty, and that's a 10-day turnaround, at least a 10-day turnaround.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Okay.
So, yeah.
Do you get pushback from, because you spoke of us as the ownership of us cleaning our in front of
Hmm.
our houses and stuff like that? When you give the homeowners, whether it's homeowners or residents, the notice to clean in front of their property, do you get pushback from that? Are people adhering to that, or are you finding it difficult for us as residents to take ownership in the city?
Oh, we definitely get a lot of pushback. Everybody tries to blame everybody else for their mistakes. So we definitely
Mhm.
get the pushbacks from either the homeowners, the residents. Well, we can't get the residents in court, but the homeowners definitely we get a lot of pushback. Or they blaming their residents, they're blaming their renters, they're blaming the
Mhm.
neighbors, they're blaming somebody that dumped in front of the house. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's just
Right.
the property itself.
Do you think one of the residents asked 10 days to clean up in front of their property?
Tiff, I
I
got you. I
mean,
seen it.
what what do you think that's too long? Is there a way to change that? Is that legislation where we would have to request for, at large to look into that and change legislation? Because 10 days just seems like such a long time to say, hey, go
Yeah.
outside and clean out in front of your home. Like 10 days?
Yeah, definitely. That's ordinance that we could definitely look at to change. There's a lot of different ordinances that we could take immediate action, but
Mm,
the ordinance that sticks the most is the 10-day ordinance. Tiff,
yeah.
you're right. I'm just reading what Tiff is
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It is for the legal dumpings. Let's talk bulk for a minute. The legal
Yeah.
dumpings, we find that people are dumping couches and mattresses and house stuff. Our city yard at 402 East 16th Street is open every day, 7 days a week, to receive that stuff from city residents free of charge.
Mm,
At
mm, mm.
no charge. You could bring it in Monday through Saturday till 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, I believe it's till 2 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So 7 days a week, you could bring your stuff to us that you don't want no more, and as long as it's not contaminated or construction debris, and you could bring it right to us.
Oh wow. I mean, I don't even think people realize that. You know what? Tiffany told me this, I think it was last month. And I'm like, what? So the address is 402 East 16th Street, right, Billy?
Yes,
I think
402
I
East
put it in the
16th Street.
comment. Yeah.
It's right in the it's the brick building at Putnam Oval, Ray Live Field, the brick building. That's the entrance to the building.
Okay. Okay. Right by the Ray Life field, guys.
Yes.
And so that's an easy way for a landlord who may have had a tenant that they had to evict and left, most of their property there, that they can pack all that stuff up and bring it to the yard free of charge.
Free of charge.
Free of charge, and people still won't do it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. You guys give me a thumbs up or stop the dump, because I didn't know that. And I want to stop the dump. I want to stop the dump. I'm like, oh my God, like who knew that we could go and do these things? You see people dumping, like you said, apartments. I have been on King Street, and what is that? Summer Street by the senior
In the
and
summer. Yep. Keen in summer.
I mean, I've seen whole houses, and I'm like, what is going on? We've seen kitchen sinks, we've seen toilets, And we can
Hmm.
literally take certain things to the yard and not have to worry about it. I think overall we can see that, and Billy, you let me know if you agree, that we as a community, it's easy to blame DPW, and I know you get that a lot. And you're a son of Paterson,
No, we
you're
don't.
from here. I know you hear it a lot. DPW need to do their job. DPW need to do their job. Let me ask you this. What is the one thing that you guys may lack that prevents you from doing the job you wish you could do, on a higher level? Like, is it something from the community? Is it funding? Under staff? Like, what prevents you guys from taking the DPW to the next level within the city of Paterson?
It is staffing. It's DPW is I pride on giving people second chances. I'm born and raised in Patterson, so I know what
Mhm.
what the community could bring to people. But
Yeah.
just it's a revolving door sometimes. People, they don't stay too long. The pay isn't the greatest. It's better than what it used to be, but it ain't the greatest. It's better than when I started 29 years ago. But it's a revolving door. If we could keep more people in the job, it's a union administration thing, but maybe negotiate a better contract for the guy and stuff like that. We could keep better people. Our CDL drivers, they come here, they do great jobs, but if they want to go out, they can make more money, other
Right.
places.
And do you feel, because do you have to be a resident of Patterson to work for DPW?
No, but you do need a if you're not there, this I believe the council has to sign off. There's a sign off sheet to the council, and we have to when we
Uh-huh.
do the interviewing process, we have to let the person know why this person's been chosen over Patterson residents.
Okay. What's the one information, if you could share one thing to help the residents, help that you can share with residents so that you can do your job better? What's the one thing that you would say to residents to be able to assist in you doing your job better?
I would say utilize our clean communities program. We have one of the most thriving clean communities programs in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And you can reach that through our number, the 973-321-1488. Juan Hernandez is our clean communities coordinator. He loves to do cleanups. We could get block captains on each block and maybe do a couple cleanups a year, get the
Mm-hmm.
whole communities involved. We do about 5 big cleanups a year. We just had one for the Cosmos that did about Hinchcliffe Stadium. A lot of people showed up. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just utilize our clean communities program more so we can, get this city clean better.
So, what is the Clean Communities program? Is that just about doing cleanups? What comes with that? You guys give them the tools, bags,
Yep.
supplies to help clean up. Can you give people a little idea of what it is exactly? Because I know I've done like Deacon
Hmm.
Davis. We've done
Hmm.
cleanings over there. I've done cleanups where I know you guys come. We got bags, we got all that. But can you explain to them what exactly that is so they would know what comes with that?
What's a grant funded program from the state of New Jersey that wants the people to clean up. Is mostly it was started in southern Jersey for the shorelines, but they brought it up north.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to clean the communities. You can't do no recycling in it. You can't do nothing but just clean the community.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give you the shovels, the rake, whatever that we just can't do no beautification. We can't do
Okay.
no mulch. We can't plant trees. We can't plant flowers. We just could clean, and we get credited by how many bags we pick up, how much tons we pick up. And if our numbers are higher from last year to this year, then our grant gets up, and then we could do more
Mm-hmm.
stuff for the community. We have to do education. Juan is in the schools with the kindergarteners.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the schools with the trying to teach them what's the difference between garbage and recycling, because he runs our recycling program too. But yeah, just utilize the Clean Communities program.
What would you say to the residents or people who say, and I'm one of them, right? Because I was one of them, right? Because I clean in front of my house. I don't throw trash out. I don't throw my garbage on the ground, things like that, right? I don't do that, right? And so when people are like, oh, let's go out, the what I met Tiffany and do a cleanup. Her and Shaniqua used to do, street cleanups and stuff, like neighborhood cleanups.
Yep.
And I remember saying to them that like I clean after myself. Why do I need to go and clean other people's block? but and getting to know them, hearing them, and understanding that one, it takes a village. It takes all of us, right? What would you
Definitely.
say to the resident that says, well, that's not my garbage. Why should I clean that up?
Because at the end of the day, it becomes everybody's. We're one in Paterson. If it's there in the ground, it's going to flow into our water system. It's going to contaminate our water system. That's drinking water for the whole community. It starts with throwing the McDonald's cups out the window, but it becomes
Mm-hmm,
much bigger after that. So people don't realize that we have to teach. That's why wine is good with the educational program.
mm-hmm.
We have to get everybody to buy in. It'd be great. We have a lot of people buying in, but if everybody could buy in, that'd be great.
Okay. So community buy-in is definitely needed. Do you think that when we look at the overpopulation, or the development, I don't want to say overpopulation, but the development going on, has that made your role more difficult? Are you guys able to keep up with the development?
Mhm. Definitely made it more difficult. Everybody likes development, but on the pace it's been lately, it's hard for us to keep up. You have
Mhm.
some roads that used to have maybe 22 family or 3 family homes on there that now
Right.
have 650 family homes on there. 50, and it's different garbage. It's more. There's no parking. It's harder to get through for street cleaning. It's harder to
Hmm.
get through with the snow plows because you have just, in my opinion, I think we got at least 20 more thousand people we did 10 years ago, at least.
Wow.
So where they going? They're it's just everybody's crammed.
Wow.
And they
If someone
everybody
wanted
produces
to,
garbage.
yeah, everyone's producing garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You said that, I
Mm-hmm.
want to go back to your question. I mean, your answer in regards to, staff. Are you
Mm-hmm.
guys hiring now?
We we always put it in 380s for to replace people that have left.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm hoping that we could get those replacements very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's quite a few. I don't want to give a number, but there is quite a few that we need to replace, especially with the summer. And a lot of people are going to be out there. It's going to be more, more stuff to pick up. But yeah, we are. I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to be hiring. We
Okay.
are
Okay.
hiring for summer help for some recreation. That's up on the website now. Recreation help for the summer camps, for the
Okay.
pools, all the summer stuff. That's up there now.
Okay. So when we look, because you say you do recreation, so what exactly are you doing with recreation? What falls under your leadership when it comes to recreation?
We handle all the recreation from maintenance to, well, everybody except for Benji falls underneath DPW.
Okay.
Benji's an employee of the school board, and we have an agreement with them. So everything that's their budget comes out of Public Works.
Oh wow.
Or their programming comes out of Public Works. Benji works well with the school system, with the evening
Mhm.
centers. Um, we did all the fields underneath, DPW recreation that we renovated in the last 8 years,
Mhm.
through DPW and recreation.
Okay. If I wanted to tell people where to go to for not just the summer camps, but where would they go for the other jobs in DPW? What would be the
Uh,
place for them to go to apply?
Everything's online, sir. You got to go to the PatersonNJ.gov. You hit the resident box, the drop down
Mhm.
to come, and at the bottom, the last bullet on the bottom is apply for a job, and any job that the city has will be in that box.
Okay, thank Billy. So, guys, I want you guys to get ready with your questions. I know people, had some questions and concerns regarding the snow removal and things like that. But I want to just take a small pause, Billy. I want
Okay.
to right now recognize and highlight a community organization. As I stated before, this is not a show where we're trying to get a I got you moment or anything like that. We are here. We're having real conversations. We're talking about real issues, our voice, our community. just getting the answers that we need so our community can be better. I know a lot of people like to say Paterson this and Paterson that, but I'm from Paterson, New Jersey. Stand up. And I know great things come out of Paterson. We're looking at one of our own. Billy Rodriguez is the director, DPW, doing great work, with the resources that he has, committed to our quality of life. I know he is a good person, great person, and takes his job very seriously. And he is a great thing that has come out of Paterson, New Jersey. And so tonight, I also want to highlight another organization. Last week, we highlighted Mature Sisters and Brothers. And tonight, we're going to highlight the She Spot of John F. Kennedy High School, where Raquel Amador is the creator and director over that. The She Spot provides feminine hygiene and personal hygiene to the students there at Kennedy High School. This is a self-funded organization that Raquel saw a need, and she did the work to help in that need. Raquel has been doing this for some years now, where she collects different feminine hygiene products to provide to our students. I don't know if you guys know, by trade, I'm a social worker, and one of the things that students have a hard time obtaining is feminine hygiene products. Not everyone can afford and have access to feminine hygiene products. And so Raquel saw a need, and she has been supplying that need within Kennedy High School. So I want to give her a shout out and give the She Spot of John F. Kennedy High School a shout out. I want to say thank you to her for the work that she has been doing. Thank you to her for being committed to our students and their needs, and just seeing the need and taking the initiative. And I think that's what tonight is all about. Even as Billy was talking about ownership and us taking ownership in our community, we have to see the need and take ownership and just take charge and do it. He talked about maybe having some neighborhood captains and things like that. I think that would be a great thing. Do you guys, like, if people wanted to start, Billy, neighborhood association, would you guys come out? Could they invite you out to talk to their neighbors, maybe give you guys some concerns, but also hear from you some of the things you did tonight? Because everybody isn't on social media, right? And if the people who are on social media take initiative and say, I'm going to start a neighborhood association, we're going to have DPW come. Is this something that you guys do?
Yes, we do that. We had associations all the time, and whether if it's me, Juan, Mike Jackson, we go speak all the time whenever we're invited.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I do think the captain thing is a good thing that people who are really concerned about the neighborhood can really utilize to help bring pride into the neighborhood. So guys, like I said, this time is for you. Please ask your question. Carla wants to know, is there a location to drop off recycling?
Yes, there is. The location is the physical address I'm not too sure about, but it's the dead end of Lawrence Place off of Rosa Parks Boulevard all the way to the back.
Okay.
That's where our recycling depot's at. And you can bring it right there Monday through Friday to 4:30
Okay.
to 4
Yeah,
p.m. I'm sorry, to 4 p.m.
Okay, I'll get that address for you guys, and I will definitely post that on my page. Billy, a question that I had, when it came to the snow removal, I know, a lot of people were unhappy with the results. Even I called you about a situation, right?
Yep.
And, like I said, a lot of people don't have access to call you. Would you be able to share, like, what went wrong? What did you guys learn from that? What can we
I'm
look
glad.
forward to that will be better? Because a lot of people were very unhappy, right? But
I'm
can
glad.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm glad you said what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We had a major snowstorm, and then we had below freezing temperatures for about 6 to 8 days. I forget what it count.
Mm-hmm.
And this storm, I know we speaking about Paterson, but this storm didn't just hit Paterson. We started that first night, the first snowstorm. We came in that Saturday night at midnight, and we worked to Monday, 9 p.m. We went home. We came back in at 3 in the morning. We salted again. It just when it's that cold outside, it's below freezing, and we're using salt and calcium mix, and it wasn't breaking the ice up. It was just too
Mm-hmm.
cold. Every street was hit. You know, like I said on the live with the mayor. Every one of our trucks had GPS. We did every street, all our trucks. You know, the data doesn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went right into snow removal that Tuesday. That Tuesday, right after the snow, we went right into snow removal. We did snow removal for 3 days straight. We gave the guys off for Friday, and then the Saturday we came back in and we did it for another week. So the freezing, the below zero, the weather had a lot to do with it. We had salt. We know our trucks is up there. Would I like more trucks? Any DPW director that says no is crazy. I'll take anything
Mm-hmm.
you give me to use.
Yeah.
It. But we did have ample trucks. All our trucks. We had no breakdowns that first storm. The
Mm-hmm.
second storm we did have breakdowns, but thank God it was a different type of storm, and we were able to manage that with the trucks that we had. But yeah, it was just the weather. It was bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know
Okay.
people stay out there. There was some people, that I don't want to, I'm not never going to talk politics, but it's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people say stuff, just to get a click on social media, and that's we don't do that at DPW. We don't run the department through social media. We run it through facts and real stuff up there. So
Mm-hmm.
we try to do what we try to do. We got some dedicated guys up there, some ladies too, that
Mm-hmm.
work nonstop through the night. And we I believe it could have been done better. Yeah, definitely, everything could be done better. Anything could be better. Nothing's 100% in life, but
Mm-hmm.
we gave it our all.
I appreciate that transparency, Billy,
Hmm.
because you know, you know, being honest about what went wrong.
Hmm.
One, the weather was not your friend, and
Definitely.
then acknowledging that, yeah, we this is what we did, and of course we can always do better, and
Oh
striving to
yeah.
do better. And I'm appreciative to hear you say that. Um, Shaniqua had a question. Does the clean communities have funding to pay youth to clean? Possible job
Yes.
stipend?
If you're
Okay.
if you're organization, if you're organization, I believe you have to be a 501c, and you set up a
Mm-hmm.
clean up with clean community. We do give out mini grants for $500. I know
Mm-hmm.
a lot of baseball teams, softball teams, I think a football team too, and some other stuff like that. They utilize that for funding for the sports.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yes.
Okay. And then so a 501c3 they can use get a mini grant and then pull
Yep.
youth in. And okay.
Hmm.
I like that. We'll definitely the community. I will be sharing all of these things on my page, all of the information that Billy is sharing. I will also be sharing clips of the questions and his answers, so you guys will have it, because information is power. We have to speak truth to power. And now the thing is this: the more we know, remember this, and I put it in the chat. The more we know, the more we grow. Once we know, we can't go back to, oh, I didn't know. All right. Billy has shared with us where we can drop off bulk as long as it's not contaminated. He shared with us where we can drop off recycling. He's given us some initiatives to assist in the community cleaning up of the neighborhoods, even with funding possibly for some youth programs that are 50C3, 501c3 identified. And so, a lot of times we say we don't have. Now we asking the questions, and now we know there are some things, like Billy said, yeah, are there some things we can do better? But there are some things that we can utilize to see our city doing better. And as a community taking shared ownership, I encourage us all to take this information, share it, so we can grow and thrive as a community. Billy, there was at one time a pilot for bulk pickup that was supposed to help in the bulk pickup. And Shaniqua question speaks to that. What is the update or the success of the bulk pickup program? Is that still happening? What's the update on
Mm.
that?
Um, What pilot? We run our own bulk pickup. On what
Well,
pilot we talking about?
at one point there was, okay, so maybe I'm getting confused with something. At one point, see, when you don't know, when you don't have the right
Yeah.
information, there
Hmm.
was, well, there was someone doing a pilot, or I
Okay.
guess maybe collecting data for it. But then I know the city came out with its own bulk pickup program. What is that looking like now? I know people have had difficulty getting their bulk pickup, setting their
Oh,
appointments,
you so
and
okay.
people
So you want to
that's
know what's
what
the
I'm saying.
status of the SDL compared to what we're doing on Recycle Coach? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Any bulk that is
Okay, I got it.
that's approved for pickup, and any bulk that's approved for pickup, we've been, I would say, 98% on that same weekend.
Hmm.
We do get a lot of people that see their neighbor putting out, maybe didn't make an appointment, so they put their stuff out. So we have that data also, like neighbors putting out stuff. So we have uh arranged pickups and then not arranged pickups. We have both datas on that. It's easier to schedule on Recycle Coach. It's very user friendly. SDL was a little bit of a learning point for everyone, but Recycle Coach is a much better platform to register and organize your pickup,
So
arrange your
Recycle
pickup.
Coach is an app.
Yeah, it's an app. Yeah, we have more
Um,
than 16,000 users in the city of Paterson. They already use it for recycling. To know when their recycling pickups is. We just added the bulk pickup aspect to that app.
okay. Just I'm gonna pause real quick. I see the comments. I understand that I got the two intertwined. Understanding that what I was speaking of was something separate, but we're speaking specifically to DPW
Hmm.
Paterson, New Jersey. I see the comments. Thank you. And we're not here to speak to that. That was me overlapping them both, but that's not what we're here to discuss today. Okay, so the download Recycle Coach, and then they can put in a request to have their bulk picked up. Now let me ask you a question. If somebody is doing a neighborhood cleanup, let's say they get their neighbors together and do a cleanup, can bulk be part of that cleanup, or is it just they only can do like the street cleaning and things like that, or can they
No,
include people emptying their bulk as well for that?
well, if it's scheduled through Juan and through the clean communities, we'll do a plan. We'll see where we're going. But then also, Mike Jackson does these neighborhood cleanups. So we're gonna start those again in April, where it's he calls it hit the block. We're gonna hit a block, and he'll put a notice out there, and he gives residents a chance to put anything they want on that street. And we come with the garbage truck, we pick up anything that they have out there, we street clean, we blow it out, we make the block look as brand new as we could. So we have
Hmm.
both of those initiatives going on.
And so what is the hit the block? So the residents can call and be a part of that, or he just picks his own
No,
streets?
no, you'll see. I don't know if you noticed Mike G Jackson on
Hmm.
his lives when he go last year. He announces those before we do it. He'll announce that like on a Monday. He'll go live and tell you exactly what block he's gonna do. All that's pre-scheduled in our office between me, him, and Manny. And then he goes out there, he does the live, and he lets everybody know it's posted. The
Hmm.
streets are posted by our traffic department, so there's no parking there. So that
Hmm.
we get to the curb lines with the streets cleaners. We pick up everything except for contaminated or construction material.
Okay. The question here is the Patterson Plus app the recycling coach, or I use it, I am not sure.
No,
So there are two different apps.
yes, but
Okay.
I believe on the Paterson Plus app, there is a link for Recycle Coach.
Okay. Because so a lot of people like so many apps. But I mean,
Yeah.
I guess this is what we need to do in order to get things done. This is the age we're in, where we using apps. And although you did share the number and things like that, but the apps will be probably
Hmm.
the best way to get it through, or calling the number, and it's just the same for the turnaround time.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. What percentage is your department at pertaining to staffing and equipment? to effectively service the city. So where are you guys with staffing and equipment to effectively service the city?
I would say according to our TO, our table of organization, we're about at, I would say, 80% of staffing. We're about 20% short. Vehicles, we have, we have some older vehicles. We could always use more vehicles. We have garbage trucks. We have 6-man cabs. We got our street sweepers. We're down one street sweeper. It got caught on fire in our building a few months ago. So we're down a street sweeper. We should be getting a replacement hopefully very soon.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as equipment, we could always use. There's no percentage on that. I would say I need 100% of my equipment every year just to get new
Okay.
vehicles. So
Okay. Okay. Shaniqua said maybe consider 2 to 3 major bulk days for the city at large on top of the scheduled ones, or is that something to think about, an idea, or is it just
I,
going to stay with the scheduling bulk?
I think Shanique would be in the office sometimes when we talking, but though that is being talked about now with the administration about giving more access to the residents and doing some bulk pickup days. So was that information will soon come out.
You when you're saying held an app between North Fourth and Fifth, please for cleanup. What, Renetta? So you want a neighborhood
No,
cleanup?
I
You
seen it.
want
I know exactly.
Mike to come
I
out? Is
I,
that
I
what you
know
requested?
I,
Okay.
I know exactly what she's talking about. I've seen it. I seen it yesterday when I was on my way home. I already have the inspectors
Okay.
going there tomorrow morning to issue some not summonses but some notices to clean up in front of the property.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Michelle wants to know, how does the scheduling work for bulk pickup?
Okay, so we have three garbage zones. We have zone 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go on the Paterson Plus app, your address will come up. It'll tell you what zone you're in. So if you're in
Mm-hmm.
zone 2, I believe it was this weekend, which is where I live. You'll get that. You'll get it this weekend, and anything that was left behind or still, we'll try to run a truck through that same zone during the week to pick up whatever's there. So
Mm-hmm.
zone 1, zone 3 will be next weekend. Zone 1 to be the following weekend, then zone 2 again. So every 3 weeks you have a pickup. So it runs on a 3 weeks changeover.
Okay. Okay. Tiffany said, while you guys are on North Fourth and Fifth, stop on North Third.
Tiff, we always on North Third, Tiff.
Oh my goodness, Billy, this was so awesome. I want to thank you so much. I don't see
I,
any new questions. Is there any message you want to leave us before we let you go? But before I give you that stage to speak, I just want to thank you, one, for being my first guest on Unmuted with Kimmeshia Rogers Jones. I want to thank you for being open to questions, being open to being transparent, and just being open to pouring into your community so that we can be better. We heard from you, the places and the things that we can do to get to you guys. We don't have to we can cut out the middlemen and call the number, use the apps, and just do our part to make sure that things are getting done in the city. And so, Billy, this just really shows your commitment and love for the city. Because you could have said no, but you were like, no, Kimmeshia, I'm gonna come on, because education is power, and the more we know, the more truly we'll grow and we'll thrive. I know you see it. It's a lot of insinuations and just misinformation, but we really want to get
yep.
the information to the community so they know. Before we let you go and you get to speak to the community, Carla wants you to repeat the bulk schedule, pickup schedule one more time before
All
you
right.
go.
So there's 3 zones. Zone 1, 2, and 3. I believe this week we're on zone 2. So zone 3 will be next week. Zone 1 will be the following week. But if you call our office 973-321-1488, they could tell you what zone we're on. You give them your address, they'll tell you exactly what zone you're in. And then you can schedule your pickups through the recycle coach.
Okay, guys, and don't forget, you will see throughout the weeks clips. I will post clips of all of the questions, all of the answers, all of the information will be posted on my page. Billy, I want to give you an opportunity to really speak to the community, and just, give us some words of encouragement or whatever it is you would like to say to your community. But they're here to hear from you as well. And so I want to give you the floor to be able to do that before we end with you.
All right. Once again, Kimmeshia, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, for being the first guest on Unmuted. It's a privilege. To the community, I just want to say, give us a chance to do our job. If you see something, we don't run the department through social media. We got phone numbers, like I said, 973-321-1488. Reach out to us, give us a chance to rectify the situation. And then, we'll get back to you. There's a lot of programs in the city that's being underutilized. Utilize our clean communities, utilize our recreation programs that we have. We have a lot. We have a lot of kids using them, but we have a lot of kids not using them. We built these parks and these fields so that the kids could use them, the recreational space. I was a kid, grew up in Paterson. I remember the dirt fields. I remember the swings. That's why when the mayor asked me to be director, he asked me what was my priority going to be, and I told him recreation. We have to change around because I believe the best way to get to these children is through recreation. If they're on the fields, they're not on the streets. I'm a product of that. I wasn't on the streets because I was on the field. So that's our priorities. But I just like to give a shout out to all my men and women in DPW for the hard work that they put in, especially my two top guys over there, Manny Ojeda and Mike G. Jackson. My guys, we run this together. It's a well-oiled machine. We believe we're doing great things over there, and we got more to come. Thank you, Kimmeshia, once again.
Thank you so much, Billy. Guys, let's show Billy some love. Let's give some thumbs up. Let's do some hearts. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. DPW with a heart in the comments, just to let Billy know that we appreciate him and his team over there. And we see you, Billy, and we appreciate you. And we want to thank you so much, Billy. And I'm going to sign off with you, but I just really appreciate you. And hey, if we need to come back, we'll call and we'll have you come back again, part 2, part 3, maybe before the summer, so you can give people an update about the summer initiatives that's happening, so we could have you guys back on and we can inform the community again, because we keep telling them the more they know, the more they'll grow. Billy, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Guys, let's say good night.
If I could.
Billy. Go ahead, Billy.
One more thing. I just want to, Mike was going to come on, but today's his daughter's birthday. So he couldn't come on, but tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. My youngest daughter turns 18 tomorrow. Ava, happy birthday. Love you. Coming downstairs to party with you and the family and the friends right now. So see you in a minute.
Happy birthday, Ava. Thank you. And yes, Mike was going to come on. He was very agreeing to come on. But today is his daughter's birthday. But I want to thank Billy for coming. And Mike did agree that if we needed to do a part 2, that he would definitely be here. So maybe that's something we can set up later in the spring as we prepare for summer and get people excited about some summer cleanups, some summer initiatives, and possibly, some programming, for the kids with the 501c3s. So getting that word out to them too, that maybe we can do something with that for those mini grants. So Billy, again, thank you so much. And you have a great night,
welcome.
Billy. And, I'll be in contact. I appreciate you. All right,
Definitely.
Billy. All right.
Thank you,
Billy.
Thank you.
Good night to you, Billy. Guys, this was awesome. I think I might have cut Billy off by mistake. So excited. But this was awesome. I am very, very happy with the second episode on today. Really, really getting information to the community. Because again, the more we know, the more we will grow. Come on, Paterson, New Jersey. It's time for us to stand up. As Billy stated to us, he gave us the information on who to contact, how to contact, so that we can get these things done. I told you to give me a word. You weren't supposed to say that on here. Shaniqua, I said a cold word. Guys, if you don't know, I get very excited and my voice will get very excited. So I did tell my friends to let me know when I was too loud so I could bring him back. But you can see my excitement for my community. You can see the excitement that I have for educating us, for empowering us so that we can advocate for our needs within the great city of Paterson. And one of the things that we've seen all over social media is that we have the issues with the cleanliness of our streets. And who better to come on to explain to us the procedures and how to get things done within the great city of Paterson. As you heard from Billy, he is committed to the city. He is committed to the work, and he asking us as a community to work with him and his team. And so what I would love to do is encourage you guys to work with our city and making sure that our needs are met, making sure we're holding people accountable, but not just them, ourselves, our community, our neighbors. I want to encourage you, if you're living on your block and you don't have a neighborhood association, that you create one so that you guys can stay more informed, but we can start these clean community initiatives, because this is what is important. This is what is going to help us to see our city thriving. We want change. We have to be the change. We have to be the change that we want to see. And if you were like me at one point, I can admit I didn't want to clean the streets because I don't throw trash out on the ground. But I understand that it's going to take all of us. It's going to take every last one of us to be the change. We have to show what we want. We have to teach people how to treat us. And sometimes we have to teach people that this neighborhood will be what you want it to be if you put the effort into it. And so again, everyone that came on today, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, Paterson, New Jersey, this platform is for us. Unmuted is for us. We are no longer silent. We will no longer sit idly by and allow things to just happen in our city. We are going to speak up. We're going to hold people accountable. We're going to hold ourselves accountable. We're going to encourage people to vote. We're going to hold people accountable to their jobs. And if they're not doing their jobs, because we are the bosses here, we hold the power, we are going to remove them from their jobs. And so this is what this is about. All of us coming together to make our city great. We are all from Paterson, New Jersey, born and raised. I love where I'm from. I love that I'm a daughter of Paterson, New Jersey, and I take pride in my city. And if you're on here tonight, I know that you take pride in your city. I appreciate every one of you for being here today. Guys, this was an awesome show. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to follow. Remember our community highlight on today, She Spot in Kennedy High School, Raquel Amador. If you guys know, if you have any feminine hygiene or hygiene products for our youth, this is an initiative that Raquel began on her own because she saw a need. Remember, guys, it's us. This is our community. We have to be the change. We have to show people better than we can tell them, okay? And so we have to do the work in order for us to see our community thriving. And whether that's helping clean our blocks, whether that's holding someone accountable, or whether that's us making sure we rock the vote. Guys, tonight was awesome. Our next episode will be coming up in April. We meet bi-weekly, guys, the first and the third Sunday of every month. I do have a special guest for next month that's going to speak to some of the things that we've been talking about within the great city of Paterson. I didn't announce Billy when I was saying that I had a guest. I did that purposely. I just really wanted it to be a surprise. But moving forward, for the next guest, you guys will see within the next week or so. I will be announcing him, and I will let you guys know, what he'll be talking about. But guys, go into my inbox if you have questions, if you have a community or a director head that you would like to see on the show. Please send me an inbox, send me an email, let me know what questions, what things you want answered to, and I will do the work to get it done. This platform is for you, created for you, curated by you. So please like, share, follow, send me your questions, send me your requests, and I will do my best to make sure that I make that happen for our community. Tonight has been wonderful. I want to thank you again, Paterson, New Jersey. We are unmuted, no longer silent. And I'm so happy, so happy. Everyone, have a wonderful evening and a great week. Paterson, New Jersey, stand up. Thank you and have a great night. Good night, everybody. Good night.